At some point, though, once you've instructed your jury, you have to start making a case. People tell me all the time, I love John Lewin. He's so great on TV, and he's so eager, he's so prepared, he's so passionate. They'll say he's passionate. Oh, I hear this all the time. John is so passionate. He's fearless, they'll say. They'll say he's so enthusiastic. Really? I know John, okay? He's none of those things, all right? All right? He's like my best friend, okay? I know John. You know what John is? John is simply prepared. That's it, prepared. And there's a relationship between your preparation and your enthusiasm. Did you know that? There is. So, for example, how many of you have, remember when you were in college or you were in high school? There'd be a day where they would say, "It can be a test on Friday." Okay, great. Oh, test on Friday. Great. So the day of the test shows up, right? And on Friday, on the day of the test, there's some jerk who shows up in class and he is so excited. It's test day. Ever know anyone like that? You want to choke that guy, right? He is so excited. Why is he so excited? The rest of us, we're like, "Hey, it's test day." No, not him. He is excited. Well, you know why he's excited? Because he's all studied up. He's all prepared. He wants to shine today. He knows he's ready to take that test. The rest of us, not so much. This is the difference. When you're prepared, you're suddenly excited. So why is it we're not excited about sharing the gospel on the street with people we know? Why is it we can go a whole year without talking to anyone? Why is it when I get on the plane, I sometimes want to put my headphones on first? You do it too. Why do we do that? I wonder if it's because we're not really prepared. So I want to give you a few tips on how to be prepared, okay? I have a friend, his name is Jim Burcardo, and he wrote a book called Unsilenced. And here's what he does. He has one sentence prepared in advance of any meeting with anyone. I don't care who you are, on the street, on a street corner, at a restaurant. He asks the same question. You could be a complete stranger, trust me, because he knows if I just get past the first 30 seconds, it's all downhill. Your fear is of the first 30 seconds. Did you know that? You're afraid because you don't know how to get past the first 30 seconds. Trust me, a minute into this conversation, it's easy now. You're talking now. It's how do I start? It's really intimidating. He starts the same way every time. Asks a simple question. Hey, what do you think happens when you die? Look how fast you can ask that question. What do you think happens when you can die? It turns out there's only like 3 ways to answer this question. People will say, "Oh, I think you're going to heaven or you go to hell." Well, that means there's some form of theist that you can start having conversations. They'll say, "I think you'll go back in the dirt." There's some form of atheist. They'll say, "I think, it's like one of those things where we're spiritual beings. We kind of recycle based on karma." So you got some new age kind of an answer. Well, once you only know there's only like 3 ways to answer this. Number one, the question is diagnostic. It tells you where people are. And number two, if you kind of get good at answering those 3 objections, those 3 responses, you got it down. You've got it mastered. He is excellent at this because he starts off knowing how he's going to begin. I want you to think about that too. How would you begin a conversation? I have another friend. You can tell the age based on names, I think. This guy's name is James, so he's probably about my age. I have a friend named Grover Peterson. He's maybe a little bit older, you think? He starts off this way. Everything in life has a design, a function, a purpose. What's yours? He'll start off with, "Hey, that's a nice watch. Looks designed." Everything that's been designed has a purpose. What's your purpose? Because that gets him into a talk about this discussion about design. He really wants to talk about how you've been designed by a holy God. But he starts off by things that are designed have a purpose. So what is your purpose? If you think you have a purpose, well, then you can go back to the designer. You see how he's kind of working his way back to the discussion of the Creator. I think it's pretty brilliant, right? So here's my takeaway for you guys tonight. I want you to start thinking about what your opening line is going to be. Simple. Create one. Could be anything, but just know that's what you're going to say to overcome the first 30 seconds of fear.